Why MacBook's glowing logo disappeared. Back in 1999, Apple was on the comeback trail under Steve Jobs, and he was very focused on rebuilding Apple's reputation. They had lost customer support over the past decade. That was what gave rise to the Think Different advertising campaign and groundbreaking new computer designs like the iMac and PowerBook. It was the first time the glowing Apple logo was used, and it played a major role in creating brand awareness. The glowing Apple logo has always been a distinctive feature and a unique selling point that sets the MacBook Pro and Air apart from the rest. Apple's MacBooks have had a history of over a decade with the glowing Apple logo. And over time, it has become an identity for Apple laptops. But in 2015, Apple introduced the 12-inch MacBook. This was the first model with a non-illuminated Apple logo. And since then, the MacBook Pro and MacBook Air have received the same treatment. So, are you curious why Apple decided to abandon such a unique effect? Did they really abandon it, or are they secretly improving it? That we will have to wait and see. For now, let me find out why they decided to do so. The display quality of the screen is affected. When the 12-inch MacBook was introduced, it was the thinnest laptop in Apple's history. In fact, at 13.1mm thick, it was 24% thinner than the MacBook Air. But that significant improvement didn't come without trade-offs. The 12-inch MacBook doesn't have an illuminated Apple logo. Because the display is so thin, there are two problems. First, if there's a strong light source behind the display, you can actually see a subtle hot spot in the middle of the screen. Because the illuminated Apple logo is a transparent cutout that lets the display's backlight shine through. It also lets in outside light. This means that using the MacBook outside could cause the colors on the screen to be inaccurate. So to eliminate this potential problem, Apple had to completely seal the display's chassis, which meant removing the transparent logo. Structural integrity. Another major reason why Apple had to abandon the glowing logo on the MacBook was to improve the internal structural rigidity of the lid. Since the logo is just a cutout in the middle, it reduces the overall durability, leading to the possibility of the lid bending and damaging the screen on the other side. To overcome such dangerous situations, the Cupertino giant completely removed the cutout from Apple and instead used a more conventional way by using a solid layer of aluminum metal to close the entire screen frame. This transition helps the products bring a more modern, professional style. Removing that plastic layer makes the case more sturdy and seamless. Better protection for the internal components, especially the screen. From there, the machine has better impact resistance, improving durability, helping us feel more secure during use. Additionally, the glowing logo requires some extra components, creates additional holes, and can hinder the heat dissipation process. When Apple removed this element, the MacBook line has more optimized internal space, helping to improve heat dissipation. This is very important in the process of maintaining stable performance of the machine, especially when using video editing or graphic design software. Complexity in production. Next is the complexity of Apple's manufacturing. These devices are known for their sleek and lightweight designs as well as easy portability. And the illuminating logo on the back of the iPhone 13, the 1mm MacBook has challenges when it comes to manufacturing the product. So removing the glowing logo could be a move to streamline the design, focusing more on clean and simple lines without promising functionality. Apple prioritizes the durability and reliability of the product. So placing the glowing logo on the back of the thin MacBook has the disadvantage of the Apple logo being carved from a thin sheet of metal, which could affect the durability of the product. No function and battery consumption. Other than being able to light up, it doesn't provide any real functionality. The logo was added to build brand equity as the company prepared for a comeback. Seeing the Apple logo prominently displayed in public reminded people that the company still exists and actually makes some really great products. As Apple became an established brand, the company may have realized that they didn't need a glowing logo. Furthermore, it used to consume battery time, resulting in low battery performance. As we all know, Apple always strives for the highest performance with longer runtime. Now, that is why making a feature that targets battery drain just for aesthetic purposes may not be in line with this goal, as Apple design has evolved. Certain aesthetic elements like the glowing Apple logo have to become less prominent, or even there was a bug in the development of the logo which used to be a distinctive feature. Apple may have decided that it does not fit with the current product language or the direction they want to take their products. Final thoughts. While some may miss the glowing Apple logo, well, I do too. But its removal marks a new phase in Apple's design evolution. The focus is no longer on strong brand visibility but on seamless, fluid design and performance. The thinness, durability, and minimalist aesthetic of recent MacBooks reflect Apple's confidence in its design. But will Apple let the glowing logo go forever? Because in 2022, Apple filed a patent application, suggesting that they are continuing to research a new version of the glowing logo. According to the patent, the new logo will be a partially reflective mirror with backlighting that illuminates but also obscures the internal components from view, potentially bringing a shiny new look to future devices. Could this hint at the return of the glowing logo? Let us know in the comments. Follow us to not miss the latest information from the world of technology. Thanks and see you in the next video.